This video, it's going to be super long, so get some food, get a drink, get some wine. I always encourage a little bit of drinking while watching YouTube. One of my favorite things to do. Because today I'm going to be talking with you guys about my current favorite perfumes and what I'm wearing the most. Now, this is a completely... I don't know if I like this camera angle. I feel like it's a little bit like a porn angle. Today I just wanted to kind of do a casual video of me sitting with you guys and talking with you about what I'm loving, my favorites, and what I'm wearing the most right now. And there is a lot of fragrances here, so let's go into it straight away. Like I said, nothing is sponsored. You get the drill. These are just my faves. Alright, I guess I'm gonna just go ahead and start with this one. I have spoken about a few of these fragrances before. Some of them are completely new, and some of them you've never even heard mentioned on my channel, so I can't wait to talk with you guys about it. Pas Ce Soir from BDK. I'm actually the founder, David Benedek. He's coming to Dubai in a few days, and we're gonna catch up with him for dinner. I'm very excited to see him. Obviously, that's completely non-related to why I love his fragrances, because look, like, you cannot force me to wear a perfume. You cannot force me. I will not do it. I only wear what I love, and I completely and utterly am in love with this scent. Pas Ce Soir, it is Pierre's favorite perfume on me, and it's one of my most highly complimented perfumes in my entire collection. Pas Ce Soir, to me, you guys know I also love from BDK Gris Chanel, and Rouge Smoking I also really enjoy, but Gris Chanel is incredible. Now, I would say between Gris Chanel and Pas Ce Soir, they're completely different. I've never smelled two fragrances that are like polar opposites. Pas Ce Soir is fun, fruity, girly, a little bit floral, sweet, and I wouldn't say it's like very refined. It's not this like luxury, refined vibe sort of scent. It's more fun and playful and girly, and it really, that's how it makes me feel when I wear it. I feel like I smell intoxicating. I feel very sexy, but not sexy in a dark way. I don't feel like kinky sexy. I feel like girly sexy, like I'm very attractive to men when I wear Pas Ce Soir. I think that I will finish this bottle, which is crazy. I haven't finished a perfume bottle since maybe Delina. I think that I went through like 2 Delinas like 2 years ago, and then I think this will be the next bottle that I've actually finished. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this one next because I love to layer these perfumes. I love to layer them. This is the new fragrance from Initio Parfum called Musk Therapy. Now, Musk Therapy to me, I will say it right now, and I don't know, I love the brand Initio. They could literally put dog poo in a bottle and I will love it. Like, I just love this brand so much. It is obviously in the same line as Rehab, so they kind of give you the same feeling, like more relaxing, more calming sort of sense. Musk Therapy, it's a fruity, black currant type of scent with some nice sandalwood, creamy, musky undertones to it. I would say it's kind of like a mix between Rehab from Initio and like Meliora from Parfums de Marly, with that kind of cassis, blackberry type of vibe to the scent. There is something on my nose, it's driving me crazy. Ah, that was so satisfying. I'm not saying that it's the best fragrance from Initio. I'm also not saying it's a bad fragrance. Otherwise, I would not be wearing it. I personally adore it. And like I said, whenever I mix these two fragrances, guys, the compliments I'm receiving are insane, especially from Pierre, but I'm also receiving unsolicited compliments whenever I mix them because they just go so beautifully together. Musk Therapy, like, I just quickly want to recap it. It's like a fruity, soft, musky sandalwood scent, very relaxing, very calming, and for me it's like a mix between Meliora from Marly and Initio Rehab. Great scent, love it. I just quickly want to run through this one. Baccarat Rouge 540 from MFK. This is the Extrait version. I love the Extrait way more. And guys, if I could recommend a niche house that I really think is worth investing in, you guys know I love Xerjoff. I also really love Initio, and MFK for me is one of the top niche brands. I think Francis Kurkdjian, he is just, he is a master. He is a complete master. Also, Frederic Malle is a great investment-worthy perfume brand. I just love it. So Baccarat Rouge, you guys already know how it is. It's very sweet, kind of like this burning sugar type of scent with lots of woodiness underneath. Some people love it, some people hate it. For me, it's always going to be a fragrance that I have in my collection. And for me personally, I'm going to be honest, I like to mix Baccarat Rouge. I never wear it by itself because for me, especially living in Dubai, I will tell you guys right now, every time I leave my house, somebody is wearing Baccarat. I smell it every time I leave the house in Dubai. So that's why I never wear it by itself, because for me, it's just so not unique anymore. Like there are so many dupes and copies and designer copies and niche dupes and everything. So for me, if you wear this fragrance, I would suggest layering it with anything really, because it kind of goes with a lot of different things. It goes with florals, it goes with woody, it goes with oud, it goes with sweet, it goes with spicy, it goes with everything. So just try a little layering combination with Baccarat Rouge and thank me later. You guys know one of my favorite brands of all time is Xerjoff, and actually our code that we just ran was such a huge success. I cannot believe it. Like, you guys left me shocked with how many people used the code. These are my two favorites right now. You guys know I could have put the whole Xerjoff collection that I have in this video, but I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. Anyways, so my two favorites that I'm wearing the most are Ouverture, which I mentioned, and a lot of people bought Ouverture with my code. A very woody, milky, creamy, tropical vibes, but also orientalish, very beautiful scent. Very sexy, very addictive. I just love it so much. It's very warm and opulent, but it's also tropical. It has like a fruitiness, maybe a little bit of like this coconutty, milky, what do you call that? Like waxy almost, maybe? It's just divine. I love it so much. I cannot tell you guys enough how much I love this scent. It's just phenomenal. And the other one is Italica, aka, in my opinion, one of the best gourmands in the entire world. This is just crazy. If you're a gourmand lover, if it's something that you're passionate about collecting gourmand perfumes and trying all of the different gourmand perfumes, you must have this in your collection. If you don't, you're missing out, and you're not a true gourmand lover if you don't have Italica, because it's the ultimate. It's powdery, bitter almond, a little bit of spice, nutty, very sweet. It smells to me like almond cake. Like, just think about an almond cake of eating it with some powdered sugar on top. That's what it is in a bottle. With that being said, it's very gourmand. So if you're kind of a borderline gourmand lover, this is not for you. You really have to be like me, a passionate gourmand lover. Then you will love Italica. Guys, I'm wearing this all the time. I have 3 bottles of it actually. I have the crystal bottle, which I wear the most. I have this bottle, and I have another one that's almost done. But I love to show the kind of original bottle, nice and full. Oh, guys. I'm really proud of what I created. I'm not going to go into this too much right now in this video because you guys have heard me. I created the fragrance. I love it. It's my baby, but I am really proud of it because I think that between myself, Fragrance Soir, and Simrise, it was mostly myself and Simrise that actually created the scent. Fragrance Soir, they gave me full creative control of whatever I wanted to do, which was amazing. And I'm just very proud because it's exactly what I love in a gourmand fragrance. It's not too gourmand, it's not too feminine or masculine. It's sweet, spicy, woody, very caramelly and warm in the mid, and it has this kind of milkiness in there a tiny bit. It's just divine. I love it so much, and the projection on longevity on my skin is fantastic. It's not Baccarat Rouge, like, chill, guys. It's not Baccarat Rouge, it's not Oud for Greatness from Initio, it's Minuit Demi. It's how I liked it and how I wanted it to be. It's a little more intimate. I love it so much. I'm wearing it all the time, and it's relaunching May. Next up, we have one of my favorite private lines from a designer, and one of the most underrated in my opinion. Everybody knows the Maison Lancôme line, everybody knows the Chanel exclusives, the Dior, everybody knows all these lines. For me, this is one of the best, and it's super underrated. And why I love it is because I feel like the Carolina Herrera private collection is very oriental. I love the way that they're playing with the materials in all of the fragrances. I have I think I have like 12 of them. I have Amber Desire, Mystery Tobacco, and probably my 2 favorites. Ah, shit, I should have included the new one. I can't be bothered to get up because I'm so lazy. There's a new one. It's like it's based on the note of myrrh, and it is incredible, intoxicating, divine fragrance. But I want to mention the ones that I wear the most. So we have Bronze Tonka. Divine, like, fruity, sweet, woody, spicy, caramelly, just incredible gourmand fragrance right here. Bronze Tonka. For me, I don't really get much tonka bean, and in my opinion the notes don't really match up with how the fragrance smells. Like there is some coffee, I think there's oud. For me, coffee yes, oud no. There is no greenness to the scent. It is a true gourmand, very sweet, a little fruity. It has a bit of a coffee note in there. Woody, divine fragrance, just adore it. Bronze Tonka, one of the best and one of my favorites. And then guys, oh whoa, I wore a lot of this one. Then probably my favorite from the Carolina Herrera line is the Nightfall Patchouli. You guys know, if you watch me, I'm having my moment. I'm having my summer romance with patchouli. Like I'm having a romance with it right now, and anything that has patchouli in, I'm just loving. And Nightfall Patchouli is, for me personally, my perfect patchouli scent. Now for me, patchouli, it goes left or it goes right. It can either be super heavy, dirty. There's a fragrance that I just got the other day, and for me, I don't think it's a bad fragrance. It smells fantastic. It's from Jovoy and it's psychedelic. This is an example of how I don't really love my patchouli. This is an example of how I love my patchouli. This is, oh wow, spicy, a little fruity, sweet. It has this sweetness, it has a woodiness underneath, it has a little bit of a fresh kick in there as well. And I'm just obsessed with it. It's hands down the one that I'm wearing the most. Out of the Carolina Herreras, this is the one I'm wearing the most. Pierre loves this fragrance on me because he also really loves patchouli. And for me, it's just an amazing scent. Absolutely 12 out of 10. Nightfall Patchouli. You do have to like patchouli, but for me, this is so well done and so well blended, and it's just so sexy, and I just love it. And whenever I wear it, I get a compliment. So Nightfall Patchouli from Carolina Herrera. But guys, my tip right now, pro tip from me to you, is check out the Carolina Herrera private collection if you haven't already. It's super underrated, and for me it's one of the best, and I love so many from the line. I don't think I've ever come across like a private collection where I love so many of them. I think this is one of my favorites for sure. So next up we have a fragrance from Profumum Roma, which is a house that I want to invest in very, very soon. Like I really want to pick up quite a few from the brand because in my opinion, very high quality brand, very cool concept. I love the juice, I love the bottles, I love everything about the brand, but in Dubai I cannot find them anywhere, so I have to go and order them online. This one is from Lucky Scent. Confetto. This Hypnotic Poison vibes all the way. Like Hypnotic Poison Eau de Toilette, if you love Hypnotic Poison, you're going to love Confetto. It's not the same, but they're very similar. It's like an almondy, waxy, it has that plasticky note that I personally love in perfume sometimes. It's sweet, but it's also very like sandalwoody. And it is just incredible. Super longevity, super projection. It's one that I'm loving so much. It is kind of bitter though. It has like a bitter almond note. It's not overly sweet. It's not overly thick or creamy. It's actually very light and airy. But yeah, I feel like this is going to be a love or hate. But if you love Hypnotic Poison, the Eau de Toilette, you definitely will love this fragrance. We have Tuxedo. Now, I know this was like my #1 men's fragrance ever. Of all time, because it really is. I love it. For me, it's sex in a bottle, 12 out of 10. Exactly how I want a man to smell. Whenever Pierre wears this, I cannot stop following him around like a little lost puppy because I just love it so much. But Tuxedo, for me, I am wearing it. I had to give in to the temptation. I had to give in. I had to just go with what my heart really wanted, and I wanted to wear it because I love it so much. So I have been wearing it, and I have been actually mixing it with my Nightfall Patchouli because they're both kind of that, I don't know, I feel like they vibe very well together. They vibe, and I love it. So Tuxedo from YSL, it's definitely, guys, I'm so hot, I need to take this top off. I'm sorry guys, I really couldn't even concentrate. I was so hot, so I feel much better right now. Where is Tuxedo? Ah, yeah. So Tuxedo, guys, like I said, I finally gave in and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna wear it, I'm gonna rock it. Nobody is going to tell me otherwise, but I'm gonna wear it. And I love it so much. It's green. It's, oh God, I just love this scent so much. It has vanilla, but it's not sweet, but it's not overly fresh, but it's not overly anything. It's just perfection. Absolute perfection. It's green, it has some vanilla. Some people think that it smells like Marc Jacobs Decadence, which personally I do see like a similar vibe. So if you're a girl and you like Marc Jacobs Decadence, you should try this one, because for me, I'm obsessed with it. I just love it. I cannot get enough of it, and that's my thing. I just love it. Okay, next up we have Kilian Intoxicated, which in my opinion is the best fragrance from Kilian. It is just, the name is perfection. It's intoxicating. It's intoxicating. Intoxicated is intoxicating. It blows me away, this fragrance. Intoxicated, it has a freshness on the top. It has like a spicy, super spicy green kick, but it has that sweetness, it has some coffee, has lots of cardamom. And it's just wow. For me, this is a gourmand without being a gourmand. It's got this perfect balance between some fresh greenness, and then it also has the gourmand aspects to the scent, like some dark chocolatey vibes, some bitterness, some coffee notes. It's really wow. And I will say my favorite combination of layering, which I think I'm going to do a video on layering next, is mixing Minuit Demi with Intoxicated. And whenever I mix them, I get thousands of compliments. Thousands and thousands, because they're kind of in the same vibe. They're like a spicy gourmand. And for me, they just sit so beautifully together, because I would say Minuit Demi is sweeter, so it adds a little bit more of the sweet, comforting aspect, and more Intoxicated is more like... We have Jovoy, Remember Me. I love this fragrance. I think it is so beautiful. It is so relaxing and so calming, and for me it reminds me along the lines of like Santal Complete from Fragrance Soir. They definitely don't smell exactly the same, or they're not dupes for each other whatsoever. I love the mix of that kind of citrusiness in the top, but for me the citrus is so, it's soft, it's a sensual citrus. It's not bitter, it's not one of those bitter punchy citruses in the top. It's more calming and soft, and it has like this beautiful tea note in here, which I just adore. It has a little bit of a gourmand aspect in there, not too much. It's sweet, but not too sweet. It's calming, it's relaxing, it's got a bit of a freshness, it's got a bit of like a milky creaminess, and it's just divine. Jovoy, Remember Me, I would say it's more of like an intimate date night scent. Something that you just kind of wear for yourself. For me, it's not something I would go out for dinner wearing this scent. For me, it's way more of this intimate, cozy, date night, personal fragrance that I just love. Jovoy, Remember Me, beautiful. Next up, we actually have one from Indult Paris, which I just got again from Lucky Scent, and it is called Manakara. Now, this fragrance to me, let's quickly talk about it. I really hate to film for so long. I suck. Guys, I really suck at getting my videos to come down. Wow. This right here, this will get you noticed. This will get you noticed without a doubt. This, for me, is one of the most appealing, sexy, feminine rose fragrances that I've ever smelled in my life. Like, guys, this is a commercial success. I haven't heard anybody talk about it, to be honest, but this is exactly what I see the masses, like the mass people, the standard person, finding so attractive in a woman's fragrance. Oh wow. This doesn't smell very natural. It doesn't smell like refined perfumery, but the composition is a success. The composition is exactly what I would imagine in a movie what a girl smells like. A pretty girl with blonde hair, she's beautiful. This is what she smells like. It's what a guy would typically love on a woman. This is what it smells like. Manakara is a very, very, very sweet, rosy, peony type of scent. Now, I will give you guys a comparison of what I think it smells like. For me, it smells like Delina from Parfum de Mali mixed with Indult Tihota. For me, it smells like Delina mixed with the super strong vanilla from Indult Paris called Tihota. It's a basic vanilla, very strong, very sweet. Manakara smells like Delina mixed with Tihota into a fragrance. The dry down is more like Tihota and the opening is more like that Delina rosy scent. This is not something that me personally I would wear for myself. It's something that if I want to impress, if I want to smell like really sexy and like, oh, I think that this would be a combo, an addictive combo. Whoa, I'm gonna try that tonight. If you want to own the most appealing rose fragrance I've ever tried in my life, this is it right here. Manakara from Indult Paris. And Francis Kurkdjian is the perfumer behind that fragrance. One now that we're gonna go to that is a refined piece of perfumery is Rouge Saray from Atelier des Ors. Now this is fantastic. One of my favorite from Atelier des Ors. It's so wow, like it's a wow fragrance. It's a show-stopping fragrance for me, this one. And I'm wearing it a lot. It's woody, it's sweet, it's a little bit powdery. It's so voluptuous. It's a voluptuous fragrance. Kind of a little bit of like a vintage touch to it as well. But this is not for like the faint of heart people that like the fragrances like I just showed, Manakara, like that rosy girly scent. This is a boss bitch fragrance, or if you're a guy you could wear it for sure. It's very warm, a little bit powdery, woody, sweet, just divine. It smells so luxurious, this fragrance. It smells like luxury, and it's what I imagine like a woman dressed head to toe in Chanel would be wearing this scent. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Rouge Saray from Atelier des Ors. This is also a wow fragrance right here. This is a Coeur du Desert from Andy Tower, and this for me, wow. This brand in general, Andy Tower, as a perfumer, as an artist, I think that he is just wow. And his fragrances really speak for themselves and they stand on their own, and they are such pieces of art. And that's not to suck up to him, he doesn't even know who I am and I don't really care. But saying that, I think that his fragrances all smell like, they all smell like art. And this fragrance is one of my favorites from the brand, a Coeur du Desert. And I'll tell you guys why. It's so strong, it's so potent. Very fizzy, spicy, amber. It punches you. It really punches you in the face when you smell it. It has a little bit of like this green touch to the top, but then it comes down and it becomes very spicy still, but also very woody, a tiny bit animalic. Now, I also love the Lait du Desert Marocain, but I think that a Coeur du Desert is more me. It's not as animalic, not as, and I just love it. I think it is really wow. It's very dry as well. That's something about this fragrance, is that it's very dry. It doesn't have like a sweet, I don't want to say wetness because that's kind of weird, but it doesn't have like that kind of, I don't even know, it just smells dry. Dry, spicy, ambery, fizzy, and very woody underneath. Just wow. Like, I just love it. And the final fragrance is this little beauty right here. This is called Vanille Havane. I'm not sure what the brand is called. I will have to link it. But again, this one is from Lucky Scent and I am falling in love with it. I will be honest, this was not a love at first sniff for me, but now, guys. Okay, if you guys like Middle Eastern type of fragrances, very strong, very oriental, very powerful and deep and rich, this is for you right here. I would say that this fragrance does lean a little more masculine rather than feminine, but that doesn't stop me. I'm still wearing it all the time and I still love it. This is crazy. This fragrance is crazy. It is animalic. It is very woody. It smells to me like it has this kind of cacao, chocolatey note in there somewhere. There is rum, there is dried fruits. It is very intense of a fragrance, and I would only suggest it to the people that can handle it. I would say, like I said, it's a little more masculine rather than feminine, and it's definitely for that person who likes a little bit more of an Oriental, Middle Eastern type of scent, which for me, I'm just loving this fragrance, loving it. But keep in mind, it does have a little bit of like an animalic barnyard type of vibe somewhere in the middle of there. So you really have to be careful for that if you don't like it. But for me, it is just wow. Wow, wow, wow. So Vanille Havane, I will link this one down below. I don't remember which brand it's from. That is it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it was so long. As usual, my videos are always so long. And I'm sorry about that. I really need to work on getting them to be shorter. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I will see you soon. And let me know what your favorites are right now, because I love to know. I also need to stop buying fragrances, but at the same time, I don't really want to stop buying fragrances. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.